lot of people kind of tend to get on me for being so tough on people within the freedom movement, especially. And I want to tell people today that I'm going to go over some very specific reasons why I am. I'm very hard on the freedom movement for very good reasons. These are people who should know better. These are people who should be making more progress in their understanding. And very unfortunately, I see very, very little of that, even within the freedom-oriented movement. People who are, saying that they recognize the loss of human freedom and the encroachment of tyranny in our world. And yet they really don't identify the true underlying causal factors. And I'm tough on those people because you do a grave disservice to someone else by telling them that their performance toward a certain goal in any particular endeavor is better than it actually is. It is far better to tell someone the truth about their poor performance and hurt their feelings even, rather than to lie to them and hurt their future chance for success. And this is one of the main reasons that I'm as tough as I am on people in the freedom movement. If you say you want the result, if you say you want true freedom, then you have to meet the requirements in order to gain it. And the requirements are not what most people think that they are. They're not coming up with a new system. They're not inventing some new technology or, creating some new system of organization or making some new cryptocurrency or any number of other things. The way that we are going to get ourselves out of the mess that we are in regarding the destruction of human freedom is to completely change the way we think, first and foremost, and then to influence other people to change the way that they think. Thought is what is creating our reality. Thoughts lead to behaviors, and behaviors lead to situations in the world. And the deplorable nature of human behavior and the deplorable nature of the human situation right now is due to the way the vast majority of human beings continue to think. It's a fact, not my personal opinion, that we are definitely losing this battle for freedom. We are not winning it. It is getting worse. And the people within the freedom movement don't really know how to push the envelope forward. They don't know how to move the ball down the field. They are continuing to think and do things that do not lead to the result that they say that they want. And the evidence of that is that tyranny is continuing. If they were doing the things that were required and they were moving the ball down the field, then freedom would be increasing and we wouldn't be going deeper into tyranny. However, that's not the case. It's objectively observable and measurable. It's not a matter of my opinion. It's fact that we are not winning this battle. People will say, oh, people are waking up, but what's really changed? Nothing has changed. We are still enslaved. That's the human condition, is covert slavery, is slavery through mind control, through the control of how people think and the suppression of their consciousness. And the overwhelming vast majority of people within the so-called freedom movement do not know at all how to get to their goal because they don't understand the governing dynamics of the problem that they face. They don't understand the thing that actually governs the condition of whether an entire species is free or enslaved. And this means that the freedom movement have no true orientation with respect to their stated goal. And without such orientation, success toward the goal of true freedom is absolutely impossible. And most people won't tell people this. If they even know it, most people don't know it. And even if they did, they won't tell this to people because they don't want to be looked at as, oh, you're just negative, you're a doomsayer. I'm none of those things. I'm a realist. I'm trying to explain to people how a science works and get them to understand how that works and then align their behavior to that governing dynamic. And it's been one of the most challenging and difficult, or some would describe it as next to impossible things, because you're dealing with so many hard-headed people that are attached to their belief systems. And I've, made no bones about the fact that I'm very angry and bitter at how things are going, and I'm not happy with the progress of this movement, and I'm really not happy with the way that the people within this movement are dealing with it, treating it, not adjusting to what they need to adjust to understand what they need to understand. They want to stay in the same way of thought and believe that the problem can somehow work itself out, or that they don't have to change the way that they think and they can still receive the positive benefits and get to the goal that they're trying to get to. And I'm here to tell people that reality simply does not function that way. The laws of nature don't work that way. People have to change the way they think in order for them to change the situation. And not only do they have to change the way they think, they have to influence other people toward that same corrective measure in thinking. This is where I consider that my work differs within the freedom movement greatly from just about any other teacher, just about any other influencer, just about any other person who is trying to work toward true freedom. So my work correctly identifies the underlying governing dynamics and causal factors which affect human freedom on a mass scale. Most others within the so-called freedom movement only cursorily examine such factors, or they ignore them altogether. Then they wonder why the freedom movement makes such little progress, or even no progress. So my work is that missing piece of the puzzle that will help people actually get to the goal, if they pay attention and really hear what's being said and don't try to interject what they think I'm saying. And without that piece of the puzzle, without those several missing pieces of the puzzle actually, they're not going to be able to truly put the picture together and attain the goal that they say that they seek. And say that that's arrogant, say that, that's a lot of hubris for saying that you have the answer. You could say whatever you want, but I'm still correct regarding what I'm about to say. And I've been correct regarding these causal dynamics, and very, very, very few people really take the time to listen and understand. Because if they did, they would really, truly realize what's missing in their thought process, what's missing in their understanding, and how people can really get to the goal that they say that they want. So for the totality of my work, you can go to my website, whatonearthishappening.com, and you could listen to my podcast series from the very beginning episode in order at your own pace, and then watch my videos and presentations, and you'll get a very good big picture view of what is really taking place here on planet Earth, and how we can extricate ourselves from the human condition of slavery.